down some things. And I, like Abe, have been working on this for the better part of a couple of decades. So lots of good Casey stories, but we're going to save some of the, the juicier stuff for tomorrow after the wedding, after it's all done. So no retractions. My name, like Abe was saying, my name's Adam. As you probably don't know, or as you know, I'm Casey's co-best man, but you probably don't know Casey was my best man at my wedding. So I should warn you now that payback is going to be brutal tomorrow morning. But I've known Casey for close to 20 years, and I've called him my best friend for about the past 17, 18 years. Traveled the world with Casey, all over the U.S., all over Europe, all over everywhere, and was there when Casey and Laura met the first night, was there on Casey and Laura's first date, and have seen the two of them grow significantly, and it's been an amazing experience. I've been thinking a lot about Casey, obviously recently, in our time together. I think about the time he lived with Jessica, my wife, and I in Barcelona for 4 months. And I think about, I was telling you the other night, a few years ago, I think it was 2002, when we spent every night together going out on the town, and then spent every morning together, 6 o'clock in the morning, going water skiing on the lake. I remember high school days, terrorizing Austin High, and us being so proud when we met some girl that didn't know us, and we told her we were Adam and Casey, and she goes, "Oh my God, you guys are notorious." And we were really, really proud of that. So I also remember a nice little story, probably about two years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I don't remember. I remember it was Christmas time, and we sat down with Laura and Casey at dinner. We having dinner with these guys, and Casey said some remark, and Laura looked at us and goes, "By the time you see Casey next time, I'll have him whipped into shape. He's going to be a different person." And Casey just had this look of disgust on his face. Like, and then we get in the car, he's like, "Man, she's got another thing coming. She thinks I'm going to change." Laura, you were definitely right. I should point out Casey is, like a member of my family. As I point out, he's traveled with, as a part of my family, my parents and my sister. We've traveled to California many times. We've traveled to Chicago, Vegas, Indiana, Germany, Spain, Greece, Czech Republic, all over the place. We've traveled with Casey and his parents to, Czech Republic. I think we went to Prague and Oktoberfest in Greece, and I think, like Abe said, having Casey, I think we use the word brother, but I think probably any person in this room who knows Casey feels that way, and feels like he's part of family and he's connected to you. So I use that term, but I also think we all know that term. We all know Casey's like a brother. I haven't lived a ton in Austin in the past few years, but I'll call home frequently on a Sunday, and Casey will be at my house having dinner with my family and sitting on the porch smoking a cigar with my dad. It's probably safe to say that my parents probably liked him slightly more than me. But part of being family is I guess you could say, the unconditional love. And Casey, has been one of those people, those few people. For me, it's been my parents, my sister, and my wife. Those few people who will always be there, because they're always there. No matter how bad a fight you get in, no matter if you hadn't talked to that person in 2 months, no matter what happens, that person's always there. And Casey's been great for that. I was talking with Laura a while back about the wedding, and I asked her, is this the first time anyone from your family's got married outside of Arkansas? And she was like, "To be honest, this is the first time anyone from Arkansas has got married and not married a family member." In case he was tell me. I guess today in the church, it was in the church? Yeah, it was in the church. I was talking to one of Laura's friends, and we were introduced, and she said, you know, oh, you're the guy who's overseas, and you're the reason why the wedding was delayed till January, or something to that matter. Which I've known I was that guy who delayed it, and I said, yeah, I'm the jerk who couldn't make it in case you wanted. And she said, no, it just shows how much Casey loves you and how much he wants you to be a part of his day. And I guess I haven't really thought about it like that, and I've thought about, oh, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to be here before this, but I never thought about the fact that, you know, Casey and Laura, you know, wanted me to be part of this day, and it means a huge amount to me, and I'm so glad to be here. As knowing Casey all these years, I feel like I know him inside and out. I know his expressions, I know his jokes, I know his long-winded stories. We all probably know those. But one of the things that I never have seen is the way he looks at Laura. I never saw that look until he met Laura. And I've never seen him the way he acts around Laura before that. So for me, that was great to see that side of Casey. Laura was telling me a couple nights ago, I finally found Miss Right. And he said, I just didn't know her first name was always.
Make another Arkansas.
I got one.
But in any case, like I was saying, Casey is a brother to me. I feel like he's a brother to, you know, a lot of my friends and a lot of the people who are friends with us. And now I'm excited about you being my sister and being part of my life, being part of my family, which you already are. You have been for a while, but I'm really excited about the future. I remember one last thing I was remembering how I first met Casey, and I realized, like Gabe was saying, how different he was, even though we were in junior high at this point. And I remember telling my parents that this was a good guy. This was a guy I wasn't going to get in trouble with, which wasn't totally true, but he was better than the crowd I was running out with. And I remember telling them, at 13 or 14 years old or whatever we were, this guy has a good heart. And I don't know why I remember this, probably because most 13-year-olds don't think that, can't say that about another guy, and probably because most other 13-year-olds don't have a good heart. But Casey is, you know, the best man I know, for sure. And I can't say enough about, you know, how strong his character is, how generous he is, how thoughtful he is, how good he's been to me, and how much he's brought in my life over the years. He's marrying someone who shares his values, his loveliness, and his generosity. And I wish you both the best in your marriage together. I know you already know this, but marriage provides its own set of challenges, but the rewards are also really, really significant and great, and you guys will do so well together. I already see it, and I thank you for making Casey a better man. Casey, remember that marriage isn't just a word, it's a sentence. A long sentence.